Becky Dell is a musical director of the Citizens of the World Choir, and her team have welcomed displaced humans, refugees, asylum seekers from over 30 different nationalities to sing together in the Citizens of the World Choir. Becky, it's lovely to see you. Welcome. I mean, that's what you're all about, right? You're all about the welcome.
We are all about the warm welcome. Thank you so much for having us on your show.
The stories that people must bring when they come to your choir must just be overwhelming.
It is such a huge range of human experiences and emotions. Some people have fled because of persecution, because of religious or sexual persecution, some because of climate change, some because they live in a very oppressive society. We have a couple of members who come from countries where they are not allowed to sing. So singing and what we do is a rebellious and political act in itself.
That's just blown my mind a little bit. The idea that you're not allowed to sing, that it's got echoes of people having their voices taken away from them. That must be transformative.
It is. It's transformative for them personally, and it's so healing. You know, there is so much healing that happens through community, through music making, through feeling validated and having your voice heard. And, referencing it back to Good Friday and the acts that Jesus took, he, in not only healing people, if you look at the lepers that he healed, he not only physically healed them, but he reintegrated them back into community, into love, into support. And that's what we like to do. It is sort of deeply ironic that 2,000 years later, just as he angered some of the political leaders by doing this, that happens in our society too. But just as we are now in Good Friday and looking forward to Easter Sunday, I think that as a society, maybe this feels like a low point, but we have to have faith that we are heading towards kindness and fellow understanding towards our fellow human beings.
How did it all start? What was the vision?
It started as an accidental 5-month voluntary project in early 2017. Actually, in 2015, I'd had my life saved by the wonderful NHS. I'd had a life-saving operation and I wanted to pay it forward. I was then at my parents' church of St. Lawrence in Alton in Hampshire at midnight mass, listening to their wonderful Vicar Andrew preaching a sermon about love and peace and understanding. And I thought, well, there's not a lot of that going on in the Calais refugee camps at the moment. And I think Jesus would be the first one rolling his sleeves up, getting stuck in, showing love in action. So that's how I decided to pay it forward. We went to the refugee camps, taught music to the schools over there, got involved with some amazing people in Parliament, and Lord Roberts asked us to set up a choir.
Choirs are something that we have in infant schools and, junior schools, and we have in churches, and we have community choirs. And, it's the thing you go to in the church hall on a Tuesday night and you have a cup of tea and a biscuit halfway through and then you sing a bit more. And the idea that it's a revolutionary act that can change the world and make the world a better place is quite unbelievable. That, singing a few choruses in a church hall might make the world a better place.
Absolutely, because what we're showing is a vision of how we want the world to be a better place. We're showing through action the ideals that we want. I want to live in a world where everyone is accepted, where everyone is equal. And we are showing through action what it's like when people have a community, they're upskilled, they're welcomed, they're embraced. And, we are showing people thriving, not surviving. And I think when we can lift people up in dignity and love, what a wonderful place that is for the world.
And I'm guessing that what happens as well is during the singing, during the conversations that happen before, after and during, people will help each other with other stuff that's going on in their lives. So you need some forms filling in, or you need someone's coming out translating a meeting, or those other sorts of stuff that's going on. I guess that must happen too.
It happens so much. And we're actually a 50-50 split between displaced and non-displaced humans, or refugees and allies. And that part has been so important to the success of our community. We are a rainbow tribe. We support each other. We have a buddy system, so we pair people up. There is a huge amount of love and support and successful integration. I believe we are a really good model example of how successful integration can work. And I want anyone who's inspired by this, whether it's a football team, a library, a cake baking group, use this model, go forth and show how successful integration with fellow human beings through all faiths and none can be achieved.
And it works both ways. It's a two-way street, right? It's not, we know the tune, we know the words and the lyrics, we'll teach you how to sing. I'm guessing you're learning stuff about yourself as well.
So much. It's been the biggest learning curve of my life. In the years I've been doing this, I say it's like I've done an undergraduate and two masters in geopolitics and history and food and culture and music and art, because we have learned so much. And it's one of the biggest lessons for me actually is that we started it because we wanted to do something to help. We said, not on our watch, let's be the change. What we didn't expect is how much it would impact our world and our lives for the better. I'm so glad and grateful we've been on this amazing journey. We've got to experience 30 other different cultures through the life and the lens of people we love. And what a privilege that is. We have learnt so much from them.
So there's real light and shade. What's the tricky bit?
I say it's the best and the hardest thing that I've ever done. And I think those two things often go hand in hand. It's hard because you're dealing with a lot of complex needs, with PTSD. You're dealing with cultures that maybe you haven't had any experience of before. So that is a very steep learning curve. One of our biggest headaches is funding, is finding the money to do it. And we have incredible supporters and we're so grateful for them. But we always need more money than we have to help people.
And I love that we talk about displaced humans and non-displaced humans, that actually the thing that unites us in those words is the word human, because it's been human first, right? These are mums, these are dads, these are sons, these are brothers, these are just human beings like anyone.
Exactly. They really are. They are just like us. They've got their pets, they've got their gardens, they've got their university degrees that they did, they've got their jobs, their careers. There is so much that connects us. There is so much more that connects us than doesn't.
What does Good Friday mean to you?
I've got 4 answers for this, Kate. You ready?
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Good. I was doing an assembly the other day and some child put their hand up and went, why is Good Friday called good? It's not even a good day. It's a bad day. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't quite know how to explain this one. So I'm going to get my pencil. I'm going to write down notes. So I know that I've got the answer for the next time I'm asked the question.
Well, I am all about finding the positivity in life. So Good Friday is obviously a day of rest and reflection, but I like to centre in gratitude as well. So I believe that there are really good people in the world that are making a difference from all faiths and none. Look for their helpers because they are there. Secondly, there is someone that cares for you and believes in you. So they are rooting for you right now. Have faith that someone is rooting for you. Thirdly, when global events can feel very overwhelming and unkind, change your corner of the world. We can all put our positivity and direct action into changing our communities. So do that. Double down. When it gets really hard out there, double down on the people you can impact. And lastly, I'm going to be eating some mince pies for Good Friday. I thought that would make you laugh. Can I tell you why?
Yeah, please do.
I had a jar of mincemeat left over in my cupboard and I thought, I can't leave that till Easter. So I've made some mince pies, and my mum told me mince pies actually originally reflect the cradle of Jesus, which I didn't know. So there we go. That's a useful little bit of history. Didn't used to be a circle, used to be a cradle shape. So I'm going to have some mince pies, and I've made some with a cross on them rather than my normal snowflakes. So there we go. Some mince pies and gratitude for Good Friday.
Snowdrops growing, spring is glowing softly in the land. See the sun up in the sky and shine so bright. Snowdrops growing, spring is glowing softly in the land. See the sun up in the sky and shine so bright. Snowdrops see
The Citizens of the World Choir there, with a special live recording for At the Foot of the Cross with Snowdrops. How wonderful was that? That choir is made up of asylum seekers, refugees and allies, comprising of over 30 nationalities, all enjoying the uniting and universal language of music.